This video book report is about Appetite for America by Stephen Fried and the DVD documentary The Harvey Girls Opportunity Bound by Katrina Parks. Appetite for America is a biography of Fred Harvey and his company and its legacy. Who the hell is Fred Harvey, you might ask? Well, I did, because I'd never heard of Fred Harvey until reading this book, and I found him to be an exceptional man, not only in his personal life, but in his professional and business life as well. Fred Harvey came to America as a teenager with very little money in his pocket, and he got a job as a dishwasher in a restaurant in New York. The owners instilled in him that excellent, quality customer service is the key to success. There he learned the hospitality business, and after a few years started his own restaurant, and eventually led to an empire of hospitality. Even though he had personal and professional failures along the way, he did not let these failures hold him down. He learned from them and persevered. The restaurant he owned in St. Louis at the beginning of the Civil War failed due to the Civil War, but he carried on. He even had one hotel burned down, not once, but twice, and he carried on. Many people say that networking is the key to success, and it did play a large role in Fred Harvey's business success, but without his vision for growth and innovation, networking would not have been enough. Vocabulary.com says an innovator is someone that creates new ideas or ways of doing things. It lists Alexander Graham Bell, the Wright brothers, Henry Ford, and Mark Zuckerberg as innovators. Was Fred Harvey an innovator? He was an innovator for his time. He was one of the first, if not the first, to hire women as waitstaff. In a time when women had very little earning or career opportunities, Fred Harvey made that possible. Many people say he brought civilization to the Wild West in the form of the Harvey Girls. These young, 18 to 30-year-old single women were hired and trained under the same strict guidelines, regardless of where they were working. They signed a contract to stay on for 6 months and lived in dormitories following strict rules. He was also an innovator in fast food, not fast food that we know today, but it was fast for its time. He set up multiple restaurants at train stops to feed the passengers along the railways at these stops. Although it was quick, it was still elegant and the quality was excellent. It is noted that he created the first restaurant chain in America along the Santa Fe Railroad. Fred Harvey also helped create the first indoor mall at Union Station in Kansas City. It was not only for train passengers, but for the local market as well. Branding. Brick Marketing says branding is when the brand or image is marketed so that it is recognized by more and more people and identified with a certain product or service. Just like many brands we know today that have become synonymous with their products, everyone knows that Kleenex is associated with tissues. Everyone knows the name Coca-Cola and it's associated with soft drinks. Fred Harvey did the same thing with his company. Whether it was one of his dining cars along the Santa Fe Railroad, or one of his restaurants along those same tracks, or even one of his hotels, it was known for exceptional customer service and elegance. He took great pride in providing such services. Everyone knew what to expect when they entered a Fred Harvey establishment. He was so determined to give the best service around, he is quoted as saying, "It is our business to please cranks, for anyone can please a gentleman." Thus was his standard. This high standard of excellent food and customer service made his restaurants desirable destinations, and they served not only the train passengers, but were a huge hit with the locals. BusinessDictionary.com state that market opportunity is a newly defined need, want, or demand trend that a firm can exploit because it is not being addressed by the competition. It appeared that Fred Harvey was in the right time, the right place to make things happen. While working as a ticket agent for the railroad, he saw low quality food and service, so he had an opportunity to fall back on his restaurant skills and start dining cars, and eventually restaurants. These later turned into hotels along the same railroads. As mentioned earlier, the Harvey Girls were another opportunity Fred Harvey saw to bring a little civility to the roughest parts of the Southwest. Fred Harvey was a true pioneer in business and marketing, and he used all three of the principles I mentioned earlier to create a hospitality empire that was great while he was alive, but expanded even more after his death, through the leadership of his son and grandson, until the company was sold off in 1968. So, was Fred Harvey an innovator? Of course he was. Did he brand his company? I think that's evident. And did he have opportunities? He had several opportunities to provide for his family and create an empire that lasted for many, many decades. Thank you.